Hey you guys, how's it going? Today's episode is sponsored by Thriving Design and I'm really excited to be partnering with them to share this DIY with you. I've been using their products for about a year now, from the, building things in the garden all the way to inside my house, which is like a mosquito tent that I built for the bedroom in the summertime last year. So using these sea bites that you can easily snap on to build your own trellis or any kind of projects, it really makes me feel pretty skillful because I'm not very handy doing like woodworking and actual building of things. So it helps to feed my creativity and to problem solve for me about like things going on in the garden. I can just use these sea bites to snap on, build it. I can modify whenever I want, take it down whenever I don't need them anymore, and they're just really durable to use. So I hope you guys enjoy some of these ideas that I have to show you guys. You can use some sea bites or just some zip ties and strings to do these projects. Let me introduce you guys to these stake caps. Now I really love them because they help make these garden stakes safe after I cut them to the size that I want, just like so. These are called sea bites. They snap onto your garden stakes. They come in these fun colors. To attach them, you just put them together like so. You can even bend it and make it into this. Now this lime green one is one that actually fits on a thinner garden stake, but it can also be attached together like this. Then now to remove it or to modify your design, you can simply just walk it back out just like that to remove them. Then you just snap this on the garden stake. Pretty easy, right? Now let's get started building the first item. This first project is pretty simple. I just cut this garden stake to the size that I want and then add the stake caps, snap these two sea bites on, and then make sure it's nice and even because it's going to go against the wall. And then I'm just going to attach a string to it just by tying onto the hooks. Now that this is done, I'm going to go to the garden and cut some white sage. I'm making a smudge for the first time. I'm going to experiment with some lavender as well. Hopefully they'll smell good together. When I'm done making this, I can hang it in my bedroom until it dries. I can even use this to dry some herbs in the future. Now let's build an herb drying rack, a floating one that is. You can build with as many garden stakes as you want, depending on, how much herbs you have for drying. I'm just going to start by doing 3, using just some strings to tie it to the top so that it hangs. And I'm just going to hook it to the sea bites, making it easy because I do plan on taking this daily, bring it inside when it gets dark. To connect the first stake to the second, I'm just going to feed the string through the hole. Simply just going to double knot it. In case you guys are curious, I'm drying some rosemary, pineapple sage, mulberry leaves for tea, some marjoram, even calendula flower petals. Moving on to the third item, I'm going to build something a little different now. I'm going to saw about 6 stakes here. That's about 10 inches per stake. And I just like putting a piece of paper on the bottom to catch any kind of powder and metal powder. Now you might notice there's some sharp edges after you saw it, but that could be due to the fact that I'm terrible at sawing. I'm sure you guys would do a better job than that. So I'm just taking the plier to bend the sharp edges in, or you can just file it down. And that is why I love these stake caps. To make this item, I just need to saw another one. So I just need 3 because I'm going to be making a triangle. And as I've shown you guys earlier, that you can attach the C-bites together and bend it, that is how you can create an angle. Now just repeat doing this to all 3 angles. Now you got yourself a triangle. Then I'm attaching the C-bites. Oh, by the way, you can rotate the C-bites. Just like so. And then I am going to put a mosquito netting. I'm just using these garden clips to clamp it down, just to hold it in place. After this, I'm going to attach the chains to it. You can even use some strings or some braided strings to tie this together if you want to be fancy. And then, want to take a guess what this is going to be for? This is a daikon radish? No, I wish I can say that I grew it, but there's actually no sun in the winter here. My tubers were not able to get big. So I'm just going to slice these up, going to dry it, and after that, I'm going to be pickling them. They're going to be so good. So I'm pretty excited about this third item that I put together. This cover that I made is not only for drying things. I mean, you can put some seedlings under there or any kind of plants that needs protection. In my case, I am going to keep the bugs out of these radishes that I'm drying. In this creation, you'll need to make 2 triangles. Now you guys have seen how I made one of them earlier. In this one, you need to cut 8 equal size stakes. You're going to need 6 of them to make the 2 triangles, and then the leftover 2 stakes, you're going to use those to connect these 2 triangles together. Let's snap these C-bites on to the 2 triangles. And then we're simply going to take the 2 stakes to connect these 2 triangles. Now to connect the bottom together, I figured let's just do that quick and easy job by using this wire, feeding it through these holes, and just tie them together. Now to hang this, I'm going to be using these hanging chains. Now they came in just 3 chains, so instead I got 2 of them, and I basically just loosened up that hook to take one of the chains to add onto this one, closed it. Now I got 4 chains to work with, and of course I got to put the seat bites on so that I can have somewhere to hook the chains to. Now instead of using chains, you guys can always use the strings and just tie the strings directly onto the garden stakes. This is the largest air plant that I have. I plan on putting it in here. Let's hang it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you guys want to check out Thriving Design, be sure to use my code for free shipping. I'll leave a link down below for you guys. You can also follow me on Facebook or Instagram, where I do some instant updates that you don't get to see on this channel. I'll leave the links of everything that I've mentioned in this video, also to my website, just down below this video. Thank you guys. Have a lovely day. Happy gardening. Bye.